Jared Leto's acting as the titular living vampire Morbius was good, as was Matt Smith's as Milo. Milo mutated and went on a killing spree, causing Morbius to bring him to justice. However, certain character motivations and narrative decisions didn't quite match up, leaving unsolved issues and plot gaps by the end of the film. So let's dive into some Morbius questions and plot holes that make absolutely no sense. First, we're asking, how did the bats escape? Morbius transported an army of bats from a Costa Rican cave, although how he achieved it is never depicted. If the bats had been caught, it would have been lovely to see them out in the open. It's never shown how they escaped his lab cell to confront Milo in the end. It was odd to leave it unsolved given the tank's reinforcements. Next is why Morbius's lab wasn't safer. It contained the bat tank and a lot of illicit data. That's why he told Martine to keep the bats hidden. Nurse Sutton came in later disregarding the monsters. She shouldn't have been surprised by his experiments. She wasn't, and neither was Morbius, who welcomed her with open arms. Next up is, where were the guards' guns? Morbius transformed himself and devoured the lead guard on a boat. All of the other mercs just charged towards Morbius. No one fired at him while he was getting used to his furious new form. It was amusing since they were all just staring at a creature that had just slain their boss, but still, the question remains. Next is, what exactly became of Milo and Morbius's work together? Morbius didn't want the serum out in the open, so he assassinated Milo and fled New York. But he left Milo's body behind, and it's unclear if he destroyed the former job's research. Morbius left a lot of breadcrumbs for someone to just pick up and reproduce the serum. Our next point is how the thugs missed the second lab. Morbius kidnapped a counterfeiter's makeshift lab, severing the leader's fingers and revealing his vampire visage. But the question is, why didn't they just cover it up and snitch about it? That would have been perfect vengeance, and they would have been heroes for ratting out the adversary who stole their entire business. And we also gotta ask, what about the feds in this movie? FBI agents Stroud and Al were on the case seeking to bring Morbius in to avoid another Venom debacle. They located Martine on the boat and linked her to Morbius. Even after Morbius attacked, they never pursued her. Milo did, and that's how he found his old buddy. And speaking of Martine, what exactly happened to her? Milo took her blood and left her for dead, but Morbius's blood transfusion saved her life. No one knows if she ever met Morbius again, or if she's grateful that he saved her or angry that he transformed her into a bloodsucker. It would have been a little nice to know, as it would have clarified their relationship, and maybe explained why Morbius partnered with Vulture in the post-credit scene. And then we got more questions regarding the Vulture. Adrian Toomes from the MCU dropped into the Sonyverse but got out of jail. Fans were puzzled as Doctor Strange's magic was only supposed to return displaced individuals, not get MCU characters stuck in alternate realms. Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness should explain if the spell was off when Strange reconnects with the Scarlet Witch. Moving on to the next point, why weren't the feds scared of the vampire face? Morbius's face altered as the feds interrogated him following his capture, and they didn't even flinch or believe they required more than a regular jail cell for someone this weird or powerful. Finally, when Milo and Morbius fought as vampires on the train, no one was afraid or called the cops. The feds didn't even gather witness statements from earlier battles or use subway camera film to show two vampires were wandering around. So another big question is, why didn't Morbius die? As a final twist, Morbius used a new serum to poison and kill Milo. He thought Martine died and he just killed his quote-unquote brother, so why didn't he do it? His remedy had generated so much turmoil that Morbius felt he had no reason to live. Milo had murdered their father figure also, Nicholas, so it's just a big plot hole. The last big detail we want to mention is the exosuit of the Vulture. Tinkerer used Chitauri technology to convert Toomes into the Vulture and build weapons for other criminals in the MCU. But since the Avengers weren't in the Sony movies, there shouldn't have been a Chitauri invasion. Because Toomes was alone in this new reality, followers wondered whether he created the new gear himself or got it some other way. He lacked scientific brilliance and basic tech to do it, so where'd the suit come from? So there you have it, folks. Did you like today's video? Let us know in the comments below what other plot holes we missed from Morbius. With this though, we're going to wrap up the video, so if you enjoyed it, please make sure to hit the like button and subscribe for more incredible videos like this one. We hope to meet you guys again in the next video, but until then, I'll catch you later.